Welcome everybody to episode 285 of the effing title. I'm Big Husky, and I can finally hear my co-hosts, Rob and Fedge. Morning, boys.
Saw dude.
Saw,
Would
dude.
have been funnier if we didn't say anything.
I would have lost my
There's
mind.
no one here, dude.
I would have lost my mind with the way things have gone this morning. Alright, so. Games happened last week. There's a game next week. There ain't shit this week. So we're just going to talk about some stuff that is happening this week. Liam Cohen is the new head coach of the Jaguars and did a weird and awkward Duval. The Jags have a new coach. And Pete Carroll. With Marshawn Lynch yelling in his name.
Raiders?
Huh? Who do I say?
You said the
Jags.
Jags.
The Jags just have all the coaches now. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so the Raiders have Pete Carroll. Brian Schottenheimer is with the Cowboys. And that the whole thing was really awkward. No one wants to coach the Saints, it looks like.
That's because they have no money. They're literally like a negative $125 million if I'm stupid. They have Derek Carr as your quarterback right now who can't stay healthy. When healthy, all right, he's a serviceable quarterback, but can't stay healthy. It's not a desirable job. It isn't at all.
Yeah, out of all of them, it really isn't. And it was weird because it's like, out of all these other ones, we've heard about these guys like interviewing. Have you guys actually heard anyone interviewing for the Saints job?
I know
Go ahead.
Joe Brady was supposed to and backed his name out of it right before the game this past weekend. So,
Okay.
but other than that, no.
And then there was another one that I just saw here real quick. Did I see it just here? Or am I losing my mind? I might be. Oh yeah, no, Rob said it. Aaron Glenn's with the Jets. Yeah, but there's your news. So, what are we talking about today, boys? You ready for this? Because they don't even know. They kind of know. It's on the screen. We're talking about the NFL Honors Awards, and then we're going to look at the Pro Bowl stuff because we're bored, and there's nothing else to talk about. So, NFL Honors. Boom, starting it off. FedEx Air and Ground Players of the Year.
Of the year?
Of the year. So and it's funny because it's air and ground. So the way I was reading it is like the air part is for the quarterbacks and the ground is for the others. And I say the others because it's not just running backs. So it's Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, Jamar Chase, and Jahmyr Gibbs. Which two you guys going with for the FedEx Air and Ground Player of the Year?
It's a combination, air and ground.
Yes, you have to go one of the quarterbacks and then one of the others. Normally the ground though is always a running back, but this year Jamar Chase is in there. That's why I was kind of weirded out by that, but honestly, for this one, I'm going with the two Bengals. Like it's the FedEx.
Well, this one's tough for me because you got to pick Lamar as a running back. No, fucking Josh Allen, Saquon, done. They're arguably the two best players in the NFL.
What do you think, Veg?
I am going Saquon Jamar for this award.
Wait, time out. I thought you had to pick a QB and a running back.
He did have to pick a QB and a running back, but at the
How'd
same
you
time,
pick Jamar?
I didn't pick Jamar. I picked
Jamar's the only receiver on the board. Like,
See, this is hard to do when I got to try to remember names here and what my actual job is. I have no notes in front of me. Rob, did you get notes that I wasn't aware of?
No.
all right.
Oh.
I listened to what he said, and he said Josh and I didn't even know Jamar was on there until you said Jamar. I was like, what?
The Pepsi Rookie of the Year: Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, Brian Thomas Jr., Bucky Irving, and Brock Bowers.
Jaden Daniels.
Well, it should be Brock Bowers, but it will be Jaden
It
Daniels.
won't be.
It's the Pepsi Award, so I'm going to give it to Jaden Daniels. Because it's the Pepsi.
So?
Jaden Daniels.
I
Right.
don't know I don't know what Pepsi has to do with that, but
Because these are like the awards that aren't awards. Like they're not the actual NFL like honors awards. They're just like the side awards that they do as well. But now we're into the main awards because now we are at Comeback Player of the Year, and the finalists is Joe Burrow, Sam Darnold, J.K. Dobbins, Christian Gonzalez, and Damar Hamlin.
Did you say Joe Burrow for Comeback Player of the Year?
Mm-hmm.
well, he was hurt. Remember, he was hurt all last year, pretty much.
I don't care. That's not a reason to be Comeback Player of the Year. I don't know. I think this award is the stupidest award.
Well, if we're going by that logic, what didn't Damar Hamlin's incident happen 2 years ago?
Yes, I agree. Damar Hamlin. We talked about this. I don't think Damar Hamlin.
I'm just confused at why he's on it again. Did it happen twice? Did it happen again?
Yes, it did actually.
They're just gonna keep putting him on until he wins.
He shouldn't win this year either. If Joe
Honestly.
Burrow's eligible for this award, it's Joe Burrow.
And I don't
Yeah.
think Sam Darnold should be eligible for this award because you can't come back from sucking. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So Christian Gonzalez, because he's arguably one of the best corners in the league, and
Would he come back from injury as well?
yeah, he was injured. I don't think any of these are comebacks, to be honest with you.
this is a really poor class.
You know what?
Yes.
I'm doing a write-in. I'm writing in Bijan Robinson because he got shot last year.
If we're doing that, then I'm writing in Ricky Pearsall.
You could do
Yeah,
Pearsall too.
I'm doing Pearsall.
Pearsall. Say
Pearsall.
the names correctly.
Pearsall.
First of all,
Good old rookie.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. Coach of the Year. Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, Andy Reid. And why is it Dan Quinn?
I don't think it is Dan Quinn.
I think it's Sean Payton.
I think it's Sean Payton too. That guy did
Ooh.
the most with the least by far.
Okay. I like it. I can see it.
Like, on paper, that team's terrible.
That is fair. That's fair. Okay. I dig it. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Kind of a tough list. Dijon Cooper. I'm reading like 7 different names. Cooper DeJean, and Braden Fisk, Quinion Mitchell, Chop Robinson, Jared Verse.
Jared Verse.
Jared Verse. Why is it Jared Verse?
He had the biggest impact on his team.
No, I agree. I'm saying why.
Yeah.
Is it, he said why is it Dan Campbell? I disagree. Why is it Jared Verse? That's an actual why is.
Well, this it's funny because this list literally is just two Eagles secondary guys, 2 Rams front 7, and then Chop Robinson just randomly thrown in there.
Chop Robinson had a garbage year, as far as I know.
Let me take a look real quick.
I couldn't even tell you what team he plays on. That's how.
Well, that was the other thing.
He's
Is
on the
like,
Dolphins. I
yeah,
knew
he's on the
that.
Dolphins. So he had 16 tackles
You mean
and
he's
6
still
sacks.
not at Penn State? I figured he was still in college. That's how bad he was.
Yeah, no, he had 16 tackles, 6 sacks. That's
16 tackles and 6 sacks, and
Yep.
we're having him up for Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Must be how bad the rest of them were.
What has this award become?
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I mean, like, I think, I don't know if Quinion had a better season than Cooper, or if Cooper had a better season than Quinion. Game logs, of course, it's not going to show me all of the full season ones. Quinion had
Who
2
cares?
interceptions.
I was still talking about it. The answer is
Yeah, no,
Jared Verse.
it's Jared
Next.
Verse. Yo,
It's not even up for debate.
Yo, okay, so here, debate. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Brock Bowers, Jaden Daniels, Malik Nabers, Bo Nix, Brian Thomas Jr.
There's no debate. It's Jaden Daniels.
I votes for Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers had such an impact on his team. He led him to 4 wins.
This is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's not who did the best for their team to help them get into the best situation. It's which rookie performed the best at their job. Brock Bowers performed the best at his job.
Yeah,
He was the Raiders.
It's because they don't have anybody else.
Exactly.
What's Jaden Daniels' job?
To run.
Win game.
Win football games. I think he did
That's
best at his job.
actually, if we're being fair, what is every one of their jobs? To win football games. I think he did a pretty good job of that.
I think out of
Damn good job.
I think this is I think that you could potentially make the argument for every single player on this list, which is what you want.
I would not make an argument for Bo Nix.
I would not make an argument for Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas.
Well, if you're not going to make an argument for Bo Nix, then Sean Payton shouldn't be Coach of the Year then.
That's not true at all.
Well, Bo Nix did the most with the least.
That's not out of this list.
Yeah.
I would disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Well, you said that was Sean Payton for Coach of the Year. You guys said that he did the most with the least.
He did. I didn't say that.
Oh. Well, then, yes, then Bo Nix should be the guy then.
No, because this award's about your overall performance. That's what Offensive Rookie of the Year is for. It's not an MVP award where it matters like what you did.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you performance wise, and I don't think Bo Nix's performance compares to any of these other ones. Whether he did it with less or whether he did it with more, what he just bottom line is his performance didn't reflect it.
Okay. How about Defensive Player of the Year?
I mean, if you want to make an argument with someone who did less with more, you got to go with freaking Malik Neighbors, who put up numbers with garbage quarterbacks left and right, about 47 of them.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean that's the argument. Brian Thomas Jr. still has he had Mac Jones, which is unfortunate for him, but but I mean he had the next coming of Reggie Sanders, Reggie Bush, all the man.
Defense Player of the Year finalist list is a little bit odd. It's Zach Bond, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, Patrick Surtain II, and TJ Watt, who didn't record a stat in.
Pat Surtain.
I was gonna say
Pat Surtain.
It's gotta be either Surtain or Garrett, in my opinion.
I mean, and this is one of those things that kind of like, I'm not gonna say it sucks, but it sucks. The Bengals had the Bengals' big three had a sneakily good year, but the rest of it sucked. Trey Hendrickson had 2 fumbles forced, 33.
The Bengals in general.
He had 2 fumbles forced, 33 solos, tackles, and 17.5 sacks. But the rest of the team sucked. I agree, Patrick Surtain out of all these. Then we move to Offensive Player of the Year, which is Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson.
It's not even close. It's Saquon.
I mean, it's close. I mean, you could make an argument for.
If he didn't rest the last week of the year, he'd be the all-time rushing record holder.
Potentially.
Allegedly.
And then
I'm still going Saquon though.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go Saquon. MVP, Josh Allen, Saquon, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Lamar.
Saquon.
I think this, and this goes back to what I was saying, this is the award that who elevated the people around them. He has too many good weapons on his team.
He played 3 or 4 games with Kenny Pickett, and who was the other guy?
Oh, but he still had Devonta Smith
I know, but
and AJ Green.
What was the other guy's name?
Tanner.
Who?
Tanner.
Is it his first name or his last name?
Last name.
I still don't know what the fuck he is. Jesus.
DJ Tanner, dude. Look it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's my philosophy is pretty simple, is when you got to play with backup QBs and all anyone talked about for a whole year was how their starting QB sucks. Which, for being fair, you can't throw the ball deep unless it's just a jump ball to AJ Brown.
Well,
that's the only thing he can throw.
So we were a little wrong. His first name's Tanner. It's Tanner McKee.
Was it really?
Yeah, I thought it was his last name too. But he had
Tanner McKee. There it is.
He had 323 yards and 4 passing touchdowns with no interceptions.
Yeah, dude, the guy's a stud.
Yeah, how many? That's pretty simple when everyone keys on Saquon. When you look at that game, I bet you Saquon still ran for 200 fucking yards.
Oh, it was over 2 games.
threw for 300 yards in 2 games, and we're calling him a stud.
Well, that's also because Kenny Pickett played the first part of it. Yeah, that was the Cowboys one, I think, because Kenny Pickett played in one of them, and then I think he got hurt, and then Tanner McKee came in, and then Tanner McKee played the next week against the Giants and lit him up. I'm going between Allen and Jackson. I don't know which one. It's one. I think it's one of the two.
I also, if you're gonna say anyone besides Saquon, then it has to be Josh Allen. Okay, like Lamar Jackson had the other best fucking running back in the fucking league.
Yeah, and he still has mediocre weapons at receivers. Like,
so which one's more important? Having mediocre, like you can't use the argument only when it benefits you. I just said Saquon. The Eagles fucking don't have a quarterback.
Yes.
So everyone keys on Saquon, and yet
so everyone keys on Lamar, and he still only threw 3 picks, and still almost ran for 1,000 yards and threw for over 4.
Okay, did he come close to breaking one of the records?
I mean, it was the first quarterback with 4,000 yards and 800 rushing yards.
You can answer a question. Did he come close to breaking one of the records?
He's the first person to do this, so yes, he did break a record.
Josh Allen broke a record this year too, so that was cool. You can make records on it.
Oh, of course, yes.
That's why I'm trying to talk about the important records.
It's
total fucking yards.
Okay, but again, like, are we saying that, like, you're talking about a guy who almost broke a record? He didn't break the record, and he had one more game. Like, you're saying, okay, yeah, he has one more game to do it. Well, that's the problem with records nowadays. Everyone has one more game to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's one of the 3.
I would love to go back to the year that Derrick Henry. There was a year where Derrick Henry, everyone here said no brainer. He's the MVP.
The dude had probably 50 touchdowns too. The problem is this quarterback you say that's not very good is stealing all Saquon's touchdowns. Saquon's got to run it from 60 yards out to have a chance. If it's inside the 60, what's his name stealing it from?
Yeah, you're right. 100%. We should punish him for getting 60-yard plus touchdown runs.
I'm not saying we're punishing. I say it sucks for him.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's the difference, though. Is the year that we were talking about Derrick Henry is he had all the touchdowns because he was getting the ball to inside 10-yard line. You know who it's going to, and he still did it. I don't know. It's either way. It's dumb. It's one of the 3, and
yeah, it's
going to be Lamar because it's quarterback, and they like quarterbacks, number 1, and number 2, they think that MVP. I mean, as we've talked about, MVP is all about stats, which it's not. It's offensive player of the year is about stats.
That's why, like, I give the nudge more to Allen than Jackson, for me. But I do think it's going to be one of the 2. I just don't see them giving it to Barkley.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if they gave it to Barkley.
But now on to the part that Rob is the most excited for, Fedge. Did you know this? This is the part Fedge said. He said he was the most excited for this. We're going to talk about the Pro Bowl and the Pro Bowl games.
Rob, you like the Pro Bowl, man?
He fucking loves it, he said. He said he's so excited for this stuff that he can't, like, he's going to tape it and rewatch it.
I couldn't even tell you when it's on.
Well, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I assumed it would be on a Sunday.
Yeah, so it goes from Thursday through Sunday.
Shame on me for thinking the NFL
actually is it
something similar.
Okay, now I'm going to say this right now because I'm looking at the image that I have on my screen. Now I don't know if it could be Thursday through Sunday or it is Thursday and Sunday. It's one of the 2. Either way. Skill points and overview. This is something I just saw real quick, and I thought, screw it, let's just, see what's happening at the Pro Bowl, because, this is a thing. The skills show. Yeah, passing the test. Quarterbacks try to hit various targets.
Is it even still in Hawaii?
No, it's in... Did that just say Miami?
We don't even do it in Hawaii anymore, huh?
Nope.
No, they don't do it in Hawaii anymore. Nope.
Maybe it doesn't say where it is. Yeah, no, it isn't in Hawaii, though. I can tell you that much. Yes, there's a passing the test. There's satisfying catches where wide receivers, tight ends, and corners are put through... catching obstacle course. There's a relay race. There's helmet harmony. which in the description number 4 says this game show tests players' knowledge of their teammate. The big spike offensive lineman, or it says lineman, look to spike footballs onto a machine that measure power and impact. And then
that's actually awesome.
That one's kind of cool. And then there's the Bud Light Classic dodgeball. So that's Thursday. That's the skills show. What are you most excited for? And why is it Helmet Harmony?
Spiking.
This is just embarrassing.
Spiking beers off Nears.
Why'd they stop playing the game?
Because people were complaining about that too. Because they weren't playing it anymore. Like they were just. It was that thing where like they were just like, you know, half-ass jogging around the field.
Yeah, I'd rather see that.
Yeah, no.
This is the stupidest fucking thing in the world. This is a waste of time.
Oh, Fetch. Also, do you know who the quarterbacks are?
Not Josh Allen.
Okay, so you ready? So here's the quarterbacks of this. So for the NFC, you have Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield.
I mean, you're saying
and
that
Sam
it
Darnold.
fucking matters. They don't even play quarterback in this fucking thing. They throw a dodgeball.
Well, and also passing the test, Rob. They get the AFC would get 3 points if Joe Burrow does really good in that.
Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it says Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, and Drake May. The receivers.
Nothing about this is there any football?
I don't think so.
Like at any point.
I mean, there's one more. There's
flag football. What do you mean?
There's one more image to go over.
You're not listening.
And then there's Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Nabers, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Jerry Jeudy, Jackson Smith, and Jigba.
Neighbors?
I don't know which one. I've heard both.
I think it's the City of Good Neighbors.
City of Good Neighbors.
Yeah.
So that's the Thursday, and then on this one, then there's flag football and more. So yes, Rob, there is flag football. There you go.
Well, good. At least there's something on the fucking football.
So there's the Madden 25 2v2 game. There's the Punt Perfect, where punters and non-punters compete.
What do you mean Madden 25 2? Like they're playing a video game?
Yes.
See, I like the one where they did the snapper challenge. That was awesome.
I don't see that one here yet. But yeah, no, so they're playing Madden.
Yeah. That involves football. You can't. This Pro Bowl can't have any football in it. Because
Rob,
we have to make.
The first thing you got to realize, though, it's not just this Pro Bowl. Like, I don't know where you've been, but this is how the Pro Bowl's been for a while now.
Yeah, I've hated it the whole time. It's fucking stupid. Like, we're celebrating people's football achievements by not playing football?
We have what about the Great Football Race, which is an 8-legged course test that tests everything from kicking to agility to strength.
Alright, move it. This is just pissing me off. Just move on.
Tug of War, flag football 7v7, 4 quarters, 12 minutes each. That's the Pro Bowl now. And as you can hear from how excited the group is, this is dumb. Just stop. Like at least put a bench in there. Let's watch the big boys bench.
No, dude, they don't want to do it. The problem is no one wants to fucking do anything. So don't do anything. Just don't have anything this week. You're not going to lose money. You'll probably actually save money, NFL, because you don't got to pay anybody.
I mean, that's fair.
Just don't do anything.
Because no, and this is the thing as well. Because like, for instance, right, Jeff, how do you know how many fucking Bills were Pro Bowlers? Like just rough number, like dude, roughly know. Because I think the Ravens was 7.
I think only 2 of them are going.
Select the Pro Bowl.
Well, that's what I was about to get at.
It's a popularity contest now. That's all it is.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at though is like,
like the NBA where fans just fucking vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fan voting accounts.
We should definitely take notes off the NBA's All-Star game.
Yeah, no, fan voting accounts for I think it's like either 30% or 40%. It's something like that. It's some ridiculous amount though. But fan voting does count.
Yeah, we should definitely take our notes off the NBA.
Yeah.
The only sport I've ever seen that went from number 1 to fucking number like 5 in ratings out of all the sports.
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah, no, I would love it if there was something, but they got to figure it out because this is just. When they played the game, it was half-assed. They're doing this stuff to try and make it fun and light, and it's just bullshit. Like, who cares? That's our week in between weeks. Next week, we're talking Super Bowl. That'll be fun.
Well, yeah, it's an actual game, so that might be entertaining. Like,
I love Rob.
Rob, final thoughts
That's
then
funny.
while you're on your run right now.
this is once again the NFL just being a fucking clown show.
Veg, final comments.
My final thoughts are: I love playing 2-and touch, eating way too much, watching my team win, but they don't because they suck. So I hate the Chiefs. So bad.
That's what we got for you. Let us know. I don't know, something in the comments. At this point, I don't know. As always, depending on where you are, more than happy, even nice day. Trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all next week. All right, man.
Yeah, if you're lucky. Go Bills.
Bye.
Peace.